Yo guys, what is going on? My name is Callum and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about what puts Epsilon over TCM. Now, the best way to stay in contact with me is via the Deserto forums. There will be a link in the description to a Deserto thread talking about this exact topic. You know, what puts Epsilon about TCM. That is probably your best chance to get in contact with me and get your feedback noticed by myself. YouTube comments are probably going to be checked second, and I'm probably not going to reply to all of them as much as I do on the thread. So, pretty much from VODs and forum responses, I've noticed Epsilon seems to have a really strong search and destroy game, and in the words of Handsome Merc, S&D wins tournaments, and Epsilon, you know, they've won Gfinity Pro League in an overtime 5-5 game versus TCM, and at EGL 12 they won all the S&Ds in the grand final again versus TCM, you know, and S&D in particular is a very, very important game type. You play 2 in a best of 5, so pretty much, you know, if you win both of them and then take one more map, you've won the best of 5, and, you know, S&D is really crucial. As well as that, Search and Destroy is a very team-based game type, you know. Teamwork in Search and Destroy is crucial, and you've got to know what your team's doing at all times, you know. You can't be making very ballsy plays because it's very rare that they pay off. You can call out to your team, yo, I'm gonna try this, it's high risk, high reward, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, oh well. But you know, that's the type of thing that you don't really see from TCM. They have a very structured game, and they know teams very, very well, which brings me on to the next point I'd like to make, and this is about chemistry. Chemistry is probably something I can go on for a bit more than just 2 minutes on a topic, but chemistry, you know, for the most part, Epsilon have stuck together with the same group of pros for a long time, you know, Jed, Tommy, Swanee, Flux, Magcat, Excellence, Sanity, all these players, Josh, have all, you know, teamed together, played against each other for a very long time. Europe is very small in terms of competitive Call of Duty, as you all know. You know, if you're a fan of the European scene at all, but you know, it's very, very small, and pretty much when you play with the same amount of people for that amount of time, you know, you start to notice things in each other's game. You both know how each other play on your own team, and you know how your opposition is gonna play. You're gonna start to notice patterns once you play against them, especially in the grand finals. You know, TCM and Epsilon are pretty much in every grand final, and you know, you'll notice that. You start to notice that, and you know, some people might argue that you know, PE obviously being the new member to TCM, this is to my knowledge, he's fairly new to competitive COD, and people might argue that PE, you know, being new might throw off Epsilon. You know, that should have been you know, a win for TCM, but you know, the pure gun skill of all 4 Epsilon players and Josh's hypes just makes the other team's heads go down. You know, they get down on themselves, and when, you know, if you've been paying attention for any Call of Duty, and if you watch the EGL 12 finals, you'll know Bryce, he said, in, I believe it was in the second best of 5, he said, you know, you can just see it in their body language. TCM's heads are going down. Fwiz is sat down behind his players, and Swizz is TCM's manager and he coaches, and then Dinge, who is Epsilon's coaching guy, he was stood up behind them. He was talking to them. He was loud. He was vocal. You know, he was talking to the Epsilon guys. He wanted them to win. And Swizz, he was sat down behind his players. He was sat down. He should have been standing up, getting them hyped, but instead his head was going down because pretty much Josh screams at every kill, and when you're getting absolutely raped by the gun skill of 4 Epsilon players, you know, you are pretty much, that's game over. Tommy has an amazing sniper shot and search. Swanee, one of the best ARs in the world, let alone Europe. Jed, so composed. It doesn't matter what happens to him. Jed is going to stay focused. He's going to sit there with that same blank expression. He's going to call out and he's going to play the game. And then he's just going to rape people with a submachine gun. Josh, He's getting loud. It doesn't matter what Josh does. If Josh gets a 2-piece, Josh is screaming. If Josh gets a single kill, Josh is screaming. If he gets a cap on Blitz, a cap on Dom, oh my god, I'm the best, is what Josh will say. Okay, you know, and pretty much, when TCM got rid of Magcat, that put them under Epsilon. You know, TCM in the beginning of the game was dominant over Epsilon, and you know when they got rid of Magcat, added Flux, once again that was them under Epsilon, and then when they added PE, that puts them under Epsilon once again. But obviously, PE being new, we'll have to see. But I'm pretty much got my money on Epsilon going into any event. I think any smart better would have their money on Epsilon, and you know, been a fan of Epsilon. Swanee, Tommy, Jed, Swanee, Tommy is my favorite 3 players in all of Call of Duty. And I follow America, I follow here, and they're my favorite 3 players, and I really love them. So, you know, to recap, chemistry and teamwork plus raw talent equals T1. So, hopefully you guys learned something from this video, you know, and, you know, in terms of how to improve your COD game. And like I said, you know, post your opinions in the Deseto.net thread, link in the description, and that will probably be your best way to get your feedback noticed by myself. And that's pretty much it. You know, as always, as every other YouTube has told you ever, please like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Peace!
Nice work, Ghost.